Greetings, my name is Danielle Palli, and many of my coaching clients come to me when they're feeling stressed or anxious, or they might have a very specific thing going on where their mind is racing and they just can't stop ruminating. And they need a technique to come back to the present moment and also to de-stress. And one technique I like to use is known as tapping. Now, if you look online, you can find different variations of the same technique. Looking up tapping or EFT, emotional freedom technique. This is one that I like to use. And it comes from a combination of Eastern and Western thought. When we're actually tapping parts of the body, we're targeting acupressure points and we're getting the energy flow in the body so that we feel better and it just naturally calms us down. It also helps break that cycle of thought because when you have a physical sensation, it helps bring you back into the moment as you feel what's going on in your body, it brings you back in your body. And it's almost like a meditation or mindfulness activity in itself because it gives you the opportunity to pay attention to the rhythm of the tapping, check in how you're feeling in your body, and make space to maybe free the thoughts, maybe invite some different thoughts in. So in the original tapping technique, they'll say a phrase like they'll say, okay, what's your stress level from 0 to 10? 0 being not at all, 10 being off the charts. You acknowledge the stress level. And then you'll say, well, what's stressing you? And the answer could be any number of things. And so the true form will say, even though I'm feeling this stress, whatever it is, name it, I love and accept myself unconditionally. It's a beautiful thing to say. I talk to a lot of people who have trouble saying that they love themselves. I'm going to use the words today, I like and accept myself, because this is a practice in self-compassion. Feel free to either do this on your own and put in any words that you choose to use. I also change it a little bit when we start off saying, I have this stress. And as we work through the body, I let go of this stress. And we try to even reframe our words, at least the way I approach it, so that we acknowledge it and then we kind of begin the process of letting it go. And I add a little extra component. There's going to be some tapping on the actual chest to kind of break up the space where there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of fear. A lot of times when people aren't breathing properly, they're carrying all that emotion in their chest. So I follow up with that. And I close with a brief meditation. So now that I've gone through all that, I'm going to show you basically where we're going to be tapping, and then I'm going to do the activity with you. Okay. So to begin, we are going to take almost like the knife edge, if you think of karate chopping, and we're going to tap that fleshy part of the hand, the left hand first. And we're going to do that for a little bit. And then I'm going to have you switch to the right hand. And then I'm going to have you go to the top of the head. I'm going to have you go to the temples. And have you go to the forehead. Now, some people tap back and forth. Some people tap together. You can kind of do a little extra tap on the third eye, under the eyes, under the nose, under the chin, collarbone. And then I'm going to go under the arm here, right where, for women, where the bra line is. It's a little fleshy piece. Get to see my arm flab. And then the other side. And then I close with the chest. Now, the chest, you can do almost like a Tarzan. You can do a slapping. You can do a tapping. And then we rest our hands in our lap and we take a few deep breaths. So as we do this, I'd like you to take a moment, close your eyes, and think about where your stress level is right at this moment. And think about something that might be causing you some stress. Okay. And we're going to begin by tapping left hand. And we say to ourselves, even though I have whatever the stress is, we name it, even though I have the stress, I like and accept myself completely. Breathe in and breathe out. Find your rhythm, even if it's different from mine. And we switch sides. Even though I have this stress, I like and accept myself completely. We're going to move to the top of the head. I'm releasing stress. I like and accept myself. And if it's helpful, I invite in peace and self-compassion. Now, some people like to actually tap around the crown of their head. So if that feels good to you, by all means, do that. I'm going to move on to the temples. I'm letting go of stress. I might visualize it breaking apart. And as I let go of stress, I remind myself that I like and accept myself completely. And I'm inviting in more peace and noticing where peace resides in the body. And moving on to the forehead, above the brows, either back and forth or together. If it feels good around the third eye, to move around the forehead just a little bit. I'm letting go of stress, inviting in more peace. And I like and accept myself completely. And under the eye. I let go of any tension, any stress. I feel more at peace. And I like and accept myself completely. And under the nose. I'm going to invite you to say whatever you feel encouraged or inspired to say yourself. Whether it's releasing stress, inviting in peace, forgiving yourself, practicing compassion, choose whatever words make sense for you. And moving to the chin. And moving to the collarbone. Again, some people go back and forth, or you can tap together. Imagine as you tap, you're breaking apart any blockages in this area, letting any of the tension melt into the floor. And under one arm, I'm going with the left first. And then the right. And finally, the chest. Again, you can slap. You can do like a Tarzan. You can do a tapping here, whatever works for you. And in this space, one more time, repeating to yourself whatever that affirmation is for you. I'm going to say I invite in peace. I forgive myself for mistakes, and I like and accept myself completely. You might have something different to say. Now, as you tap in this space, really feel like it's either breaking apart, melting, however you visualize it. Inhale and exhale. As you exhale, allow whatever those emotions are that are caught here to just be. And I encourage you to acknowledge them without judgment, judging yourself or judging the emotion, just acknowledging that they're there. We're going to stay here for just a little bit. Some people feel anger here. Some people feel sadness. But notice as you tap and you make space, if you make space for a little more self-love, a little more peace, a little more serenity, let out a sigh. And go ahead, bring your hands to your lap. And we're going to stay here for just a few moments. And as you breathe in and as you breathe out, notice in your breath. Notice in your heart and chest if there's a space or an area that has room for whatever it is you want more of in your life. Whether that's peace, love, joy, just breathe into those spaces. And you're welcome to stay here as long as you like. You can shut the video off and sit for a little bit longer. And open your eyes whenever you're ready. Thank you for joining me. Have a good day.